So we're taking a short trial trip today where we are taking both of our bikes fully laden up to a place called Port Townsend, spending the night and coming back. And there are a number of purposes of this trip, one of which I've had my bike fitted by a professional fitter. We put new grips on it that give me more hand positions, and so we're going to try and see, or I'm going to see, how that feels for me and how it works for me. I also had the handlebars cut down because on our trip around the Olympic Peninsula, the arms were too far out and it gave me a lot of trouble in my neck and shoulder. So I'm hoping that by having them closer together, it's going to really make me more comfortable on the bike. He also raised the seat. The other thing we're doing is, I think we have probably about 85% of, or maybe 90% of what we're going to carry on our trip to Colorado. So even though we're only spending one night, we have, you know, 3 pairs of bike kits and 3 of this and that and so forth. So we consider this fully laden. So we're going to see how both of our bikes perform. We're going to work at, you know, staying together, since I'm on an e-bike and Robert is on his manual bike, and see how that works out.
And you're more heavily laden now than I am.
Yes, I am quite a bit more heavily laden. Each of these bags weighs about 12 pounds. This is an 8-pound auxiliary battery for the bike. In the front I have all my toiletries, and those are probably about 8 to 10 pound bags each. And then the bike itself weighs 55 pounds. So it's a pretty good chunk of weight here that I'm going to be steering, and we'll see how she performs. And another is just to get out on our bikes. You know, the weather is finally starting to warm up, and it'll be nice to be outdoors riding.
Our route to Port Hadlock took us from our home on Bainbridge Island, over the bridge at Agate Pass, through Squamish, and onto a lunch stop in Port Gamble. Then we went across the Hood Canal floating bridge and took Oak Bay roads and Paradise Bay roads through Port Ludlow. You can tell from the profile at the bottom that it was a little lumpy, but that was good. It gave us a chance to see how well we could stay together. Carol, with that heavy load, generally had to motor up anything that had her going less than 6 miles an hour. When things got flatter, or when we were going downhill, I could catch up after a bit.
So here we are, we're in Port Gamble. It's about halfway up to our hotel in Port Hadlock. We're not quite going all the way to Port Townsend, so it's just like a 35, 40 mile day. And good so far, huh?
Yeah. I think it's been fine. It's a good shakeout. We've discovered a number of things that we already need to keep on our list for our trip to Colorado.
So got a few tweaks, and we'll see how it works out.
Day 2, we are headed back home, so it'll be about 37 miles. We have bright sunshine, we had a good night's sleep, we had a gorgeous room that had a view of the water and had a fireplace. We had a so-so dinner. We will be, again, just testing to see how everything works. We already have quite a few notes for the trip to Colorado.
And we got a tailwind.
And today we have a tailwind.
Before we could enjoy that wind, we needed to get some breakfast. So we went into Port Hadlock and stopped at Metro Bagels, where we got a couple of bagels and a good cup of coffee. From there, we came around and enjoyed the tailwind. going along Oak Bay and Paradise Bay roads, which were nice and quiet today. They were good all the way to the Hood Canal Bridge, which was, of course, busy again, and kind of breezy. Highway 3, which we took down to Big Valley Road, was busy as well. But Big Valley was great. Big Valley is a cycling favorite of the area. Takes us through a lot of farms. At one of the farms, the sheep had been recently shorn. After Big Valley, we went through Paulsbo, stopped for a quick bite, and then rode along Liberty Bay, across the Agate Pass Bridge, and then down the island to home. We got there a little bit after 2 o'clock.